All right. So, as you know, yesterday, Russ and Dewey came back officially. They showed up. I talked to Dewey and Russ both on the phone, and it seems like now this whole group, the Nutbwallers group, is back at full strength. I'm happy to say this because with those guys back, and as I said yesterday, and I said it in the videos where I talked about them in particular being the best distraction for me as far as like what I'm facing with the darkness that I have. That they were gonna keep this the Nutballers group afloat. And once again, it's not for me to disrespect the other guys, especially the OGs, Abbas and Robbie, who I've known since pretty much going all the way back to junior high, and it's not for me to disrespect them. Of course, they're part of the group, and they're definitely keeping it going. But I think when it comes to Russ and Dewey, I think they can just be. I think they can maintain it the most. I think particularly Russ. We know, all of us in that group know how Russ is with his high energy. Loves being talkative, loves to talk about things, and I kind of miss that about him. I know I got a little annoyed, and it's just and this was just like years ago, before getting the help that I need. That Russ was that kind of guy. Right, he was always wanted to talk about things, even just randomly, like, hey Jay, I like Dewey and a boss like Obama and all that, or hey, he's a huge fan of wrestling, and obviously he loves talking sports and this and that, and he's always talked about this kind of stuff. He's very passionate about sports and especially wrestling, and he gets a lot about religion, and he used to be really big on politics, but I think he simmered down on that. He was just more about sports, and obviously just likes to bring up like other people that who have no business being in that conversation, especially when it comes to Dewey's Lighthouse Church. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing I kind of miss with Russ, especially as I brought him back. And Dewey, like the past weekend. It wasn't only until yesterday that they finally showed up and actively, to where now officially this group is at full strength. Now, because this group is at full strength, I'm gonna reiterate this one point that I said in one of the videos that I made from towards the end of March, and I'm gonna say it again, or even just like way before that. I think I stated it. Like in February as well, or I don't know. I think I said it in like in the March as well, beginning of March. So, where I stand now, the Nutballers, as this group is already whole, I know pretty much of what I said, and I know about the group text incident, and what I did earlier in January. Now to see this group at full strength. Actually, I got to get Anastasia back. She claims to be part of the group, but what the heck? I mean, I think it's just more. I think it's this core right here has just been like the main guys and all that. I still got to get Anastasia back, and so I'm gonna say this again. Like, I know after that group text incident, things were going down, and everybody was upset. I know Dewey said one more chance and this and that. I'm glad that we're still friends to this day. I told him about my situation, and I got the help that I need. Yes, I told him about me and Robbie are good again. So I pretty much just talked with everyone on the phone, and yes, I hung out with Julio and Neil recently, and I talked to Russ before I got home. So it just goes to show that like this group is pretty much on track. We made sure we confirmed that we were all still good and all that. Dewey was a little more deep about it, and and just me sharing what I went through and him sharing what he went through as for the mental sick situations and all that. So as of right now, like I'm still gonna look at it as that. Yeah. So I'm back with the group. This group is at full strength again, and I'm back, and I'm back, and with those guys back there making me feel like I'm really back in my friend circle now. Now, I did say this before that, yeah, I mean, I can't really just sit here and go kumbaya. Oh yeah, everything's gonna be good. Yeah, ha ha ha. Yeah, kumbaya. All this. I said that before, but now originally what I said in one of those older videos is that, if I decide to come back sooner, even if I don't have a new job yet, yeah, they're probably gonna be happy and say, oh yeah, kumbaya. Oh, so like everything is all good, right? But I did say, like, after a while, if they're let's just say, like, maybe after like a week and a half later, if they continue to see me like just like what happened like last weekend and even like on Monday, if they continue to see me like that, like still in that beast mode manner, in beast mode like that, I mean, they were gonna, I mean, unless they're gonna start questioning, their friendships with me, or as far as like me still going out like that, because this is exactly why I needed to take a mental break, because they know, all of them know, Russ and Dewey, they know, and it's like, and look, I know I wanted to strengthen my friendships with them, but the fact of the matter is I'm still in this dump that I've been battling so hard to get out of at the longest time, and that's why I needed to take the mental break. And by doing that, I thought I would already get a new job, and it hasn't happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm still there. And look, I know it's already June, and I already spent about, February, March, April, May, about 4 months already that I've been away from our friend circle. And look, my therapist said it, it's good to reconnect with your friends and getting that social value back and social groove, all these things. And it feels good. It feels good to see, especially with Russ and Dewey back now, it's like I'm really back in my friend circle. Now, obviously, I mean, it may take away some of that rest like that I have, because when I started going back in early June without Russ and Dewey, it felt a little different. I mean, but it was like hanging out with Neil and Julio, and then obviously talking with the boss and Carlos. It was all good and all that, but it's still like it kind of, my anxiety was still there, right? But I think it was only until Russ and Dewey, and especially with Russ, man, coming back, that I think it really started to dust off some of that rust that I have, and really making me feel like I'm back again on a friend circle, especially having talked to Dewey and Russ both. So as far as that's concerned. But getting back to what I was saying, yeah, originally I said, when I want to come back, it's because I already have a new job, and I want all these guys, especially Russ and Carlos and Julio and Robbie and Dewey and Boss, everyone to just be proud of me and be like, hey, Jay finally got a new job. I'm so happy for that. And then they will definitely see a different version of me, because I said it before, and I said if I come back, like if I decide to come back so soon, and I still have this this job that I hate, and it's gonna be like, oh yeah, kumbaya, this and that, yeah, everything is like, yeah, because I know I said it before that they were gonna give me one more chance because of what I said in the group text incident, and especially what I said, or especially what I did towards the end of January. And I had to still, and to this day, I'm still gonna look at it as one more chance, right? It's still gonna be one more chance. I have to continue looking at it that way, even though they're all cool with me. I'm gonna say this once more. That does not mean that they're gonna allow me to go off like this, like being being a total weakling as far as like going on beast mode like that, right? Because I'm afraid, and for the sake of their safety and my safety, my mental safety as well, that if I end up saying something that is worse or just as bad as what I said in the group text incident, you best believe that this group not only is going to break up eventually, or is going to break up quick, rather, that my friendships may just end with them. Because, and that's what I've been aware of. And at this point, it seems like all these guys, especially Dewey, have trusted me, and they're going to trust me again. And look, I was wrong to think that Dewey left me like that, and I was also wrong to think that Robbie, I know what he said about right after that group text incident, that like, lose my number, this and that. We're actually back, but I still have to look at this as one more chance, because I can't sit up here and think, oh yeah, everything's gonna be good and all that. Yeah, they're cool with me, but at the same time, I know they're pretty much aware that they're going to be much more aware now that if like, especially when I went on beast mode last like these past few days before Russ and Dewey came back, I know that's going to increase their awareness that if this keeps going, they might think that I'm going to end up starting to say something that that may just equally be just as bad as the group text incident, if not worse. Okay, I know they're fully aware, because I said what I said. I know it's done and over with, but that does not mean they're gonna like, I mean, they trust me, but then at the same time, they're very well aware, hey, is Jay gonna say this again, this and that? I mean, they're putting their eyes on me now, because I am the leader of the Nutbwallers, and obviously when you have Dewey being the manager and all that, it's like they're on watch, man. They're on watch. Yeah, like I said, they're cool with me and all that. It's all good and well, but I can't I can't see this as, yeah, they're excited that I'm bad, this and that, because they're still gonna have to see me improve. And obviously, I know I'm not gonna do this again. I'm not going to step down no more. The decision is, it's been officially reverted. I am not going to step down no more. Especially now with Russ and Dewey back, like active again. So with this group at full strength, I am not about to do that once more. However, I gotta keep focusing on what I do, because I know I'm still at that dead end that I'm trying to, push out of, because one, my career is the one I gotta deeply focus on, as I have been for the past few weeks, and I'm gonna continue to do that. And based on all the help from my therapist, then yeah, I gotta do just that, especially in my downtime as I'm in this dump. So that, and because I can't really do anything with my home life right now. I mean, I let my entire family just be in control of what's gonna happen. I can only do so much to cover for what they usually do, right? Some of what they usually do, and I've been having to do that. And as far as my go out time, look, I'm gonna try my best to just go out, like, I know the end of the month is approaching, and now that my circle is back at full strength, I made this clear to Russ, and I even made it clear to some of my friends that I am not about to start doing this regularly, as far as like doing the group hangouts again and all that. I mean, I still gotta limit myself to that. So I mean, I gotta simmer down. I don't like, yeah, I'm back, but I'm not like 100% back, meaning, it's going to be 2-3 hangouts per week, or, and all those hangouts are going to be groups and this and that. And, how I always have to pick up Russ, Dewey, and Boss, everyone and all that. I don't want to go through that stress right now, but, because I still got to maintain my focus on myself and obviously improving my weaknesses and staying focused on other things, especially at home, try not to mess up and all that. So I still got to maintain my awareness. I'm doing everything I can to not be on my phone too much. And I know with Russ, he loves engaging in so much friendship activity. I know he's on those group chats, and we got Julio saying, "Hey, do we just stick to one group chat?" I know he's only in 3 of them. Robbie's in 2, Andrew's in 2, and all that. So I've yet to hear from Andrew. And now that Russ is back, I gotta see what he says about Andrew and all that. So, anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. Just wanna touch on the fact that this group is back in full strength. But we'll have to see what happens after a week. Because right now, at this moment, it feels good, right? But we'll have to see in the long run, especially with where I'm at. So that being said, y'all have a nice morning.